Time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Heavy rain coming through the area yesterday morning. And my part of the world got about 2.5 inches. Didn't take very long either. It was really raining hard, and saw some pictures of some flooding. Saw a lawn and landscape service make a joke about needing to license their lawnmowers to be watercraft. They showed some pictures. It was flooded pretty bad. But anyway, everybody came through it okay, and really just heavy rain. That was about all that happened from that. And now things are heating up. I have plans to be at the Council Bluffs Farmers Market later on today, and I know that, I'm going to be baking just a little bit. It's going to be pretty warm. So that's how it is. It's summertime, up and down and around we go. Also, don't forget that the Iowa State Fair is now underway. Today is the opening day. I have plans to go next week. So looking forward to everything going on at the fair this year. I have a few favorites. One, I'm a corn dog freak, and I'm going to suffer because I've developed this gluten intolerance. I'm going to have one anyway. There's some things you just have to do. So I'm going to get that. There is just so much great fair food at the Iowa State Fair. Pretty much anything possible that can have a stick pushed through it, they've done it there. Pork chops on a stick are tremendous. Oh, they're so good. From the Iowa Pork Producers Tent, yeah, they are really, really good. So if you're getting over to the State Fair, don't forget to do that. And of course, the butter cow. I don't know what other butter sculptures there will be. Last year, I think I saw Caitlin Clark, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they've come up with this year. So all of that going on at the Iowa State Fair in Des Moines. Opening day is today. Also, speaking about today, we have a special guest on the show. It is Jeff Franco, Executive Director of Pottawattamie County Conservation. And we have an opportunity to talk with him about a special event that's coming up at Crescent Hill at Hitchcock. They are going to have a viewing of the Perseid meteor shower. So is it Perseid, whatever it is, it's a meteor shower. And peak night will be August 15th, and there's a huge gathering and event going to take place. And, well, we'll let Jeff talk about that. That is coming up here today on Local Roots. Do you or does someone you love need in-home care? Home Care Advocacy Network helps you maintain your own privacy in your own space while still receiving care and support with a personalized touch. Aging in place can be critical for many people. Home Care Advocacy Network can meet those needs with an understanding that assisted living is best at home. HCAN of Southwest Iowa brings the personal touch to care. Visit hcan.com/Southwest Iowa to learn more. And if you're looking for all natural health solutions in Southwest Iowa, Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market in Council Bluffs has been serving the area since 1997. You can shop a wide selection of vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies. You're going to find food there. I bought some organic raw almonds and then roasted them. Some of the best things that I've ever had. Also, a Celtic sea salt I got from Bambi's, and that is very, very good too. So there's a number of different things that you'll find at the Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market. Her website is bambisgreenacres.com, or even better yet, stop in her store at 805 South Main Street in Council Bluffs. Bambi's Green Acres, putting health in your hands. With us this morning, it is Jeff Franco. He is the Executive Director of Pottawattamie County Conservation. Great to see you again, sir, and always a pleasure to talk.
Absolutely. Well, it's great to be back, Todd. I appreciate the invitation.
I have a couple of thank yous to pass along to you.
Sure.
First off, thank you for just how great Bottom Bend is for campers, because this is now my favorite park in the county.
Excellent.
Went out there and camped for a weekend, and the trails were just tremendous, hiking through the native prairie grass. I was not even aware when I got out there about the North Campground. So when I got over to it, I said, wait a minute, there's a whole other campground here. Yeah. And there was maybe 2 campers there. This is, I'm a little nervous about even talking about this because we're going to spread the word and it's going to fill up. But it was just so great. I have, we talked before that I have the canvas bell tent. So I'm in a tent site, and the sites are huge, monstrous tent sites at Bottom Bend. And also, the other thing I want to thank you is whoever built the fence that is the containment for the bison did a
Yep.
good job.
Okay.
Because let me tell you what happened. I'm out hiking and I'm coming from the north campground and I hike around and all the bison are over there in that enclosure. And as I'm hiking, one of the female bison sees me and she starts pacing with me. And she's not real happy that I'm there
Yeah.
because the trail goes right next to that fence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was a calf that, as I walked past it, kind of got spooked a little bit and jumped. And then the biggest male bison out there, he caught sight of me and he comes over. And the next thing I know, he's charging me and he hits the fence. And I was standing right there. And that fence, fine. Nothing happened. So thank you so much. I was not expecting that. I had nowhere to go. I couldn't, I just had to keep moving. But
Right.
it was
Your walk turned into a jog,
it,
probably at
it was
that point.
kind of an experience though,
Yep.
that being up that close to some animals of that size
Yeah.
was it was a little bit humbling for me. So yeah, there was a number of campers when I was out there, but still far from full.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's such a wonderful facility.
Well, I'll take your thanks, and I will pass that along. I wish I could say that I was a better part of that or a bigger part of that out there, but we've got a couple of campground rangers out there, seasonal staff and volunteers that keep all of our parks in just such phenomenal condition. And I'm glad you kind of discovered another park. We kind of think all of our parks are these undiscovered gems, kind of these diamonds in the rough for a lot of people. When they finally discover them, they say, we had no idea this was here and that the quality of this park was this high. And then you get to things like the native plantings, you get into some of the bison, the elk that are out there, and people are just blown away. So I never get tired of hearing it, but what you're saying to me right now is something that we hear pretty often from people that make it out there. So just lets us know that we're doing the right things out there, and so much appreciated. As far as the bison goes, I'll go have a talk with that male bison out there. Make sure make sure he's behaving. But it really is a pretty humbling experience to be next to them, given their size. And it reminds me of there's a compiled book, I guess I should say compiled essays written by early settlers going back to the 1600s. And the book's called A Tallgrass Prairie Reader. And John Price, he's actually a local author here at UNO. He teaches at UNO, but he also lives up in the Les Hills. And he focuses a lot on prairie. But one of the stories, and kind of an excerpt from a diary back in the 1600s, was it kind of recounted an encounter between a male bison out on the plains and a grizzly bear when there were grizzly bears still roaming the plains. And this grizzly apparently was harassing this bison. And this bison chased the grizzly down and actually killed it.
Wow.
So you really want to respect the power that comes with these animals. And it also helps you respect the makers of that fence as well. So
what struck me was just when you're that close, how big their heads are.
yes,
It was huge, and the entire thing was pressed up against that fence, and so it was coming
right.
through the different links there. And
Yep.
and as I said, yeah, it got my heart rate going, but
Yep.
at the same time, I knew it was safe. But
Right.
And it was just unexpected. I was just walking, because the trail goes
Yep.
right next to it. But and again, that North Campground at Pottwattamie, and we got some other stuff to talk about today too. But
Sure.
that is just, it sits out there, and there's just not very many people that utilize it. Now it's kind of old school. There's electricity, but it's not the paved sites and the paved campsites.
Right.
So you still have to, you're parked on the grass, but it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got that old cabin looking. I'm not sure when that was built. Obviously, you can see
Been there
rebar
a
going
long
through
time.
it, but
Yep.
but still,
Yep.
it looks like something really cool that kids would want to play in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a really kind of rustic feel up to the north. And it's one of the things that you can find at all of our parks, where you can camp at. You'll get the modern amenities, and we certainly cater to that crowd. But if you're looking for something that it's a little more secluded, it's a little more rustic, it's a little more back to nature, you've got that option as well. So there's something for everybody at these parks, especially at Pottawattamie.
Well, I won't tell you about how fast the river was rising when I was there, but that was,
Oh, really?
yeah, it
So
got a lot
that
of rain. Yeah.
yes, and the niche can be very flashy. Can be
Yeah.
very flashy. So something to pay attention to. Obviously, in 2019, we had some issues with the
Mhm.
niche rising. In March of 2019 caused some major issues there, and every so often, every couple of years, we get a pretty good scare that way.
So you have this is really cool event going to a different park at Hitchcock Nature Center
Yeah.
because the meteor shower coming back, although actually it's Earth going through the meteor shower because I paid attention in physics class, but it's there's an event happening at Hitchcock Nature Center that will allow people, weather permitting,
Yeah.
to have a great view of that shower.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Perseid Meteor shower is going to be August 15th. That's Friday. And it's actually going to be held at the southern portion of Hitchcock Nature Center down at Crescent Hill, kind of formerly known as Mount Crescent, now known as Crescent Hill at Hitchcock. And so we'll be holding it kind of a viewing event there, for really it's kind of considered the premier meteor shower of the year. So this is really when the conditions line up. This is a spectacular meteor shower at an area where you're outside the city. It's far enough to where um, you it gets dark enough to where you have good visibility of what you need to see, but it's not so far that you've got to travel a couple hours. So it's really one of the better locations in the metro area to go view the meteor showers down there at Crescent Hill. And we're doing it this year a little bit differently. In the past, it's been, hey, show up, throw your blanket out on the grass, and then get ready for the meteor shower. And you'll still have the opportunity to do that. But we're going to do a few things and make this a little bit more of a festival style event. We're going to have food trucks there. We're going to have music there as well, starting at 6 o'clock. And so there's going to be an opportunity to get there and kind of experience Crescent Hill, especially as you get into the evening, as that sun sets, the shadows begin to cast on those hills. It's such a beautiful area down in there in the valley there. And so people can get there, enjoy kind of the atmosphere of the whole place, kind of get an idea for what Crescent Hill might be like in the future as we kind of further investigate, the feasibility of this four-season regional destination master plan that we're putting together as well. But people can arrive, they can throw their blanket out, they can get a bite to eat, listen to some music, grab something to drink as well, and then just enjoy the evening as the night sets in and begin to see some of these meteor showers, assuming that cloud cover, cooperates well with us.
Is there a cost attached to this past the park entry fee?
So there's not. It's $5 to get in, and then we are inviting the food vendors, so you'll have to pay for their food and drink, things like that. That will not be provided free, but $5 to get in. Really to spend 4 or 5 hours in a beautiful setting, enjoying one of nature's great fireworks shows. So it's for us, in our opinion, it's a heck of a deal and something that's definitely worth attending.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And again, coming up very, very soon on August 15th. Also, all of these things that you do in the parks, it takes money, and there is a fundraiser coming up to try to help offset that a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a foundation that formed a few decades ago that is solely dedicated to supporting Pottawattamie conservation, to supporting the county parks. We understand that, when to run our parks, it takes tax dollars, and we try to limit the number of tax dollars used every chance we get. One of those ways is having a foundation to help raise money for us, to provide money for some of our projects that we get done throughout the year in our parks. And so the Pottawattamie Conservation Foundation is the name of that foundation. Every year they hold a fundraiser. This year it's going to be on September 11th. So there's going to be kind of a first responder theme to this. September 11th is still something that holds a special place. That day holds a special place in people's hearts in this country, especially. Um, but it'll be an opportunity to get out there at the landing down south of Council Bluffs, where people they grab a bite to eat, they can get a drink. There's going to be lots of items to bid on as well. It's always a good time. And if you've never been down there in the evening as well, such a beautiful setting. We've done that the past couple or last year we did this down there, and really just rave reviews from that place down there. So a really enjoyable evening and an opportunity to support parks and conservation in Pottawattamie County. So it's kind of a win-win.
I haven't been there in the evening. I've been to the Landing. The Optimus Club had
Sure.
a car show out there that I went to,
Excellent. Yeah,
and it's beautiful. Just a beautiful
it is.
location right next
It
to the
is.
Missouri River, and
Yep.
lots of space too.
Absolutely. There's a lot of space to spread out. And we kind of take advantage of both the indoor space and the outdoor space. People can do everything. They can enjoy their time out by the river. They can head inside, grab a bite to eat where the auction is, things along those lines. But they can mill around. It's a great time to socialize with people in the community and kind of understand who all comes together to support conservation in the parks in the area. You'd be surprised how many people show up. We get, somewhere 250 to 300 people show up for something that most people, shouldn't say most, but many people don't consider supporting the county parks in this way. But you get there and you realize there's a lot of people who say the county parks are incredibly important to us, to our community, and we want to support them in this special way. So
I have experience with county parks at different areas of the state, and they're wonderful. And I think that there's been a lot of movement in different parts of the state of Iowa with the county park systems that each has to improve and upgrade everything that's there. But Pottawattamie County, there is this is like taking it to an Olympic level, because you start looking at some of the parks that we have, and you and I have
mhm.
spoken before that my personal opinion about Hitchcock is
Yeah,
that this should be uh, known in many different parts of the country, let alone just the state,
right.
the little region that we're in, because it is just so unique and so powerful to be out there.
Yeah.
And then you go to some of the other parks and the history that's attached to it, even all the way down to Old Town.
Mhm.
And going there is uh, there was I just hiked around a little bit when I was out there, and it was there's something very special and very unique about that small park.
Mhm.
That with just all of the history that's attached to it.
Right, right. And I think, you touched on something there that we hear about this stuff fairly often, but people get out to a place like Hitchcock Nature Center and they confuse it. We've had it confused fairly frequently for a national park. And that's kind of the caliber of that particular park and where it's at, given the size. And then when you talk to people about what it's there to do to protect a portion of the Luss Hills and some of the remnant prairie that exists there and how rare both of those things are, and you can just see it kind of sink in. The wheels begin to turn and they really stop and they say, "Wow, this is a special place." And it's the nice thing about every one of our parks. Each one of them preserves a little bit of Iowa's natural heritage. And there's not a whole lot of that natural heritage that's just left. Old Town is another one of those. It's not a big park. It's only a couple of acres, to get out there, 10, 12 acres. But it sits right along the West Nishnabotna River. It's got some kind of bottomland floodplain, riparian areas. But then you've got the opportunity with a playground, modern campsites to get out there and enjoy it in a fairly comfortable way as well. So our parks, especially in Pottawattamie County, I mean, there's great parks across the state this way, but Pottawattamie County really, and my predecessor Mark Shoemaker and the staff that have been working on this for so long, really set such an amazing uh, groundwork before us here. That it's something that everybody should get out and experience at least a little bit and kind of understand what this county government is providing for its citizens and for its guests as well. It's really pretty amazing.
Let's jump back to we were talking about Crescent Hill, where the meteor shower
Yeah.
event's going to be held, and you talked about the learning more about what is happening there in the master plan for Crescent Hill. And has have you gotten far enough to where the plan you feel that it's fairly well defined, or are you still working on ideas for what it could be?
So it's at this point it is pretty well defined. And May 31st, we had kind of the launch or the release of the draft version of the master plan for public comment. And so We accepted comments that day and then for the next 30 days, so all the way through the end of June. And right now, we're just kind of wrapping up that analysis at that point. And for the most part, people just kind of said, oh, we wish we would have seen this, but we understand why this isn't here, or well done on this. So there's not a lot of feedback coming from the members of the public, the citizens of this county, that things should be changing necessarily. So as it's looking right now, it's not totally finalized just yet, but I don't see the plans changing too much, at least for this master plan phase. We know that once we get into the development, should we get there, we get the fundraising done, operations continue to go well at the existing facility. Things may change as we get into kind of the actual development, where we say, okay, we're going to have to tweak this, we'll adjust this. But the plan itself at this point, I think, is pretty well finalized, and we're going to look to wrap that up and formally finalize it in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I'm going to start holding bake sales and things to see if we can't raise money to put in one of those monorails that works on gravity that comes all. Wouldn't that be fun?
It's going to be a rail to cable. Yeah, that's one of our aspirational items.
That would be so cool. I've done that out in Colorado. It'd be really neat to be able to see something like that close to home.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things we're hoping down the road. We've got kind of the foundation to be able to install something like that. Those types of items will really draw kind of the regional attraction of nature of this whole thing. You get some of those bigger ticket items that you just don't find very often around here, especially. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're kind of hoping, really brings people in, draws attention to the park itself and kind of the mission and the purpose of that park as well.
So going to the Potco Conservation site, is that the best place to get more information?
Yep. That's going to be one of the best places. You can also go to explorecrescenthill.com as well, where you'll find it there. That's kind of the new website for Crescent Hill. But you can find it through either one of those. And now Crescent Hill is just kind of a park page, almost like the rest of our parks on our website as well. So you can get there through the main website or go straight to that website also.
Well, Jeff Franco, Executive Director of Pottawattamie County Conservation. It's a blast talking to you, sir. I'm grateful anytime that we have a chance to sit down, and I am looking forward to these events. I'm putting it into my calendar, and we're gonna cross our fingers that we have clear skies for August 15th. Yep. Because there are certain things you can control, but that's not one of them.
So. That isn't one of them. We are at the mercy of the weather there, but even if it's a relatively cloudy night, people still make it out there and they just enjoy the atmosphere. The last couple of years we've done it. The meteors are certainly why they come. They hope to see them, but even if they don't, it's really enjoyable. You'll get, 50 to 100 people to just show up just to hang out, even if you can't see many meteors. So really good time out there.
Perfect. Grateful for your time. Looking forward to getting a chance to talk again.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I appreciate it.
August 15th, the meteor shower event that will be at Crescent Hill at Hitchcock. And then on September 11th, the big fundraiser going on at the Landing. That's just off Gifford Road, by the way, on the south side of Council Bluffs. So get on out, support Pottawattamie County Conservation, support our park system. And we are pretty fortunate to have something like this in our area. So get on out and do that. And I wasn't kidding. I'm planning on being there on August 15th. Castle and Associates of American Family Insurance is your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs. 4 convenient locations. They're in Trainer, they're in Council Bluffs, and in Nebraska, in Bellevue and in Elkhorn. That means they're local and in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis Castle and his team will educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to protect those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. We're going to have Travis back on the show very, very soon, giving us some more insurance updates about what's going on in the industry and different things you should be paying attention to. So look for that on a future show coming up very, very soon. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or planning a big remodel, you need to get a hold of Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs. Fast, reliable service, expert craftsmanship. Could be a small repair, could be major installations. They're locally owned and trusted, and they're going to get the job done right the first time. And with the heat now back, How's your air conditioner doing? AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning in Council Bluffs can help you with that too. AirServeCouncilBluffs.com, WaldsteinPlumbing.com are the websites. Thanks again, Jeff Franco, Executive Director of the Pottawattamie County Conservation, and we are looking forward to some great events that are coming up. Get out. Support the parks. Go camping. And if you're not going camping, just go to the park and have a picnic. There's a lot of different picnic areas there. At Botna Bend, every campsite has one of those charcoal grill, the permanent ones there. You can use that, use the fire rings, and enjoy the parks that we have. That's why they are there. And there's something for everyone at every one of these parks. So, again, highly, highly encourage you to get out and do just that. Wrapping things up for today. Thank you so much. And don't forget, Lus Hills Today, the new feature on the website, is coming up very, very soon. We're going to start bringing you printed style, although you can print them if you want, but they're going to be online. It's more like an online magazine/newspaper, and that is on the way. We should have this launched before the end of the month, and I'm excited about it. And when I'm talking to folks, they're excited too. There's a need in our area for this type of thing, and we're going to make it happen here with Lus Hills Media. My name is Todd Studer. Have a great day.